present your request. The board will ask any questions they may have, and then anyone wishing to speak to the proposal will be asked to come forward and voice their opinions. If there are sides, a pro and a con, each side will have 10 minutes to speak. That's 10 minutes, not per person, that's 10 minutes. All comments about the project must be about the project being presented. No matter how mad you are at your neighbor, this is not a venue to air personal grievances. If you hear the gavel, you are out of order. If you persist, you will be removed from the meeting. If you have questions for staff, please wait until the meeting is over to ask them, or you may contact staff at the office the following day. Once public testimony and discussion of a particular item is concluded, board members will deliberate and render a decision. Members with a financial or personal decision in any request are asked to recuse themselves from voting. All decisions by the architectural board are final. Anyone who has a request for a certificate of appropriateness denied by the board may appeal such denial to the Montgomery County Circuit Court. Any such appeal should be filed with the Circuit Court within 30 days after the receipt of the notice of the final decision of the meeting. All right, our staff present today, well, all right, first, board members: Elizabeth Brown, Chair; Kalia Bell, John Hayden, Cedric Campbell, and Hillary Morgan will be here in a moment. All right, our land use staff are Warren Adams, Nataki Ruggs, Sean Rose, and David Babb. Before we get started with our meeting, Warren Adams wanted to talk to us about something that's coming up. You're not on. Your microphone is not on.
You're not on.
Yeah, you're good now.
Oh,
Good. Good night.
There we go.
Good evening. This is just to let you know that we are having a public presentation of the city's climate action plan. This presentation will take place on Wednesday, October the 1st, from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m, and it will be at the Juliet Hampton Morgan Memorial Library, 245 High Street. You don't need to be there for the full 3 hours. You can just pop in. At one point there will be an actual presentation. And just very briefly, the draft recommendations we have in the plan are they're grouped into 7 sections: buildings, energy, transportation, land use and zoning, urban forestry, agriculture and waste. And some of these recommended actions could obviously have an impact on this board, especially with buildings. You know, there's suggestions in there to adopt green standards or convert buildings to green standards. With regards to energy, there's the installation of solar panels. So pretty much all of the things you would expect in a climate action plan. There's also a section in urban forestry which recommends increased tree cover. And one of the things that we had recommended was to try and in some way get in there the benefits of reusing existing buildings, and worst case scenarios, salvaging materials from buildings that come down. So some of these recommendations could at some point impact this board. So if anyone wants to come along, it's Wednesday, October the 5th from 5 until 8 at the Juliet Hampton Library, 245 High Street. Thank you.
thank you. All right, our first project on the agenda today is...
Don't have a quorum yet, Madam Chair.
Gotta wait.
All right, we've got to wait. But our first people are Forrest and Rebecca Harris on South Perry Street. But all right, we'll wait a second. Hillary's caught in traffic, but she will be here in a moment.
Can we get the podium turned around? It's going to be a little awkward for individuals to, looks like it's on the way.
I can hardly see over this podium, so I didn't notice that it was back.
Let's do it.
Yeah, probably wired, so I thought someone that might.
Oh my.
Work smarter, not harder. Here we go.
Me.
Thank you.
we do before you came to work for us?
Mike. Oh, shoot, I forgot something.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
That one works.
Well, good evening, y'all. I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to be here. I'm excited about talking tonight. So, I'm Forrest Harris. That's my wife, Rebecca, and our little kid behind me. We are currently been living in Old Cloverdale, and we're kind of outgrowing that house. So we're trying. We recently acquired this house right here, and want to make it home. Upon looking at it, the front porch, some of the major issues of the house is the front porch. If you look right where the corner of the existing porch meets that patio right there, it has rot, and it's not a new problem. I can see inside that room, the floor's been replaced in the past, and then going up that wall, there's rot, and it's been patched multiple times. I can see like hardy board, and then another type of board, and all kinds of stuff that's not old growth pine on the side, so I can see it's been replaced multiple times. So I wanted to go ahead and fix this reoccurring problem once and for all. So I propose I do go ahead and cover the patio completely. What you're looking at is the perspective. The porch, the original porch is to the left. In the far left, you see the portico that you can drive through, and then the new area would be covering that patio. It's set back about, well, actually to be exact, 17 inches to be perfectly level with the patio deck and to help balance with the portico on each side, that on the left and that on the right, to give the house some form of balance. The materials will be the exact same as the porch. It's to be built with copying the molding exactly, using rot-resistant wood. Actually, we were able to find some columns that are exactly a match, which, would you believe it, I just wouldn't have thought you could, but up in Coleman, an exact match to the original columns in the front. So the drawing kind of speaks for what we wish. Do y'all have any questions?
Well, I think that the people who designed all these houses with an open porch at the end of the porch must have been living in California, where it never rains, and not here where it rains, because every one of them in town has this problem.
I'd agree. I very much agree. I think that was a New England thing. Looking at old architectural drawings.
Is there anybody in the audience who wants to speak to this project? Are you an engineer? No, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
My audience, you also mean Garden District. Is it my turn to come up, or is that?
Yes,
Okay,
come
cool.
on.
I was about to make that same. Did you draw this?
Yes, sir.
Are you an engineer?
No, sir. I just do this as a hobby because I really appreciate architecture.
That's an
Alright.
impressive hobby. I wanted to compliment that.
Thank you.
Wish everyone drew like that for us. That would solve a lot of our problems.
Absolutely. The 3D is definitely very impressive.
Thank you.
We are in support of this, I would say, because of the same reasons as you, and I would also, just as a quick tidbit, when somebody before me enclosed one of my porches on my house and made it a mud room, they didn't exactly do it the right way, and it needs to be redone, but one thing that is nice is that it's not my house is covered in vinyl, but now the exterior that is now interior that's been painted, I can show my guests, this is what the house looks like on the outside with the wood slats. So just, if you ever have any guests over, it's a good way when you restore that, you can show that off as well.
I like that. Yeah, they definitely don't build the same way as they used to.
No, they don't.
Thanks.
Well, after I looked at your proposal and saw what you wanted to do, I thought, all right, that's great. He just really needs to step this back. So not only can you draw, but you did what I would have told you to do already. So I'm in favor.
I appreciate
100%.
it.
Sean, you got a comment, sir?
Yeah, Forrest, can you just kind of walk us through I think I talked with you on the phone about the new porch roof and how would that intersect with the existing cornice line, because there are dentilation going across the existing cornice there.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Rose. What you'd see is the existing entablature has the dentils. If you look at the other close-up of that image of the porch entablature, I have a close-up of what it looks like. There's a side view and then the front aspect with maintaining the exact molding and dentils going throughout. If you could switch back to the other image, it's set back about 17 inches, and that brings us even. It's overhanging 17 inches with the porch. I pushed it back as far as possible. That gives, I don't know if anybody knows Asher Benjamin, but anyway, I'm trying to follow his rule of not spacing the columns within half of the diameter of a column. So the next column that's set back is going to be supporting or appear to support the new addition, and it's directly behind the existing column. If you can kind of see that, about a half diameter behind it, and then there'll be one other column going across at the corner on the far right as well. And the entablature is continuous. It just makes an L right there. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Does anybody else have comments?
I move. Oh wait, do you want me to go?
Go.
I move to approve as submitted.
All in favor? Enthusiastically, raise your hands. Yes.
It was,
Thank you so much.
and your drawings are beautiful.
Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing the final product. I hope y'all will enjoy it as much as I will.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Ernst Ince, 968 East Fairview Avenue. My favorite clever house in Cloverdale.
All right, good evening to you all.
Good evening.
All right, so as pretty much stated here in your report.
Can you, can you speak into the microphone there?
Sorry. So as pretty much stated here in the report, my wife and I, we recently purchased 968 East Fairview, and we have begun to do some extensive repair on the interior of the home. However, the exterior was extremely lacking, more so the detached storage. So we have took the liberty to start just making it a bit more pleasing, but Apparently I have broken some rules. So, so I'm standing before you guys here today to possibly get approval to keep the changes in which we have made to the home. And as you can see up there, yes, that is just something preliminary. And I did also want to note that in working on this storage room, the window that was added was actually already there. There is also a window on the back of the home, which someone apparently just covered up. So we just actually uncovered all the rotten wood and so forth that was there, replaced it. We have went with a hardy board siding rather than the, I can't even say it's prefab, but it was just pretty much some OSB board that was there for the siding. So we decided to just use some hardy board to clean it up and then hopefully give it a nice paint job once it's done to get it aesthetically pleasing.
Is there anyone from the audience to speak to this project? Mr. Coleman, thank you.
Charlie Coleman with the CIA, the Cloverdale Idlewild Association, and we have no objection to this project. We do, however, endorse the recommendations of the staff as far as the windows and the lights and coloration.
Okay. All right, comments from the board, or other comments from the audience? If not, comments from the board.
Mr. Ernst, have you seen the recommendations from the staff to, I guess, replace the windows in with the 6x6?
I have not seen the recommendation, but I have submitted the windows that I have placed.
Okay. Do you have a problem, any objection to replacing those windows with a 6x6?
A 6x6 window?
A 6 over 6.
6 over 6.
6 panes over 6 panes.
Okay.
Rather than having no pane divisions in the window, you've got one big pane over one big pane here.
Okay.
So it would be 6 panes over 6 panes. Do you have I don't have a problem with the work at all, just it's the windows that need to be.
Okay, yeah, we like the aesthetic feel of just looking out rather than having something blocking the way, but
Yeah.
if it's your,
I know, well, aesthetics is kind of our thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of matches the home itself. And if you don't have a problem with that, what color were you intending to paint the hardy board?
white.
The staff has recommended earth tone, and I can see why. The original, I mean, this is very kind of a dark house. I mean, nice house. I pass it almost every day.
Yes.
I live on Maston Lane. I pass this home almost every day. Do you have any problem painting it an earth tone? I don't know what Sean might mean by an earth tone, but something.
Yeah, I'm not stuck on a particular color.
And
so
if you
that's
have
not a
any
problem.
questions, Sean, I'm sure we'll be happy to answer them. There are some palette colors that I'm sure something would be available, and you wouldn't have to get a.
There are things on, you can look at the palette and you would have to
Yes,
go
I
back
did
and
take a
get
look at
Yeah.
the
something
palette that
that's
you had online,
a
so
brick
yes.
color or a brown or a taupe color, anything like that that's a little bit darker, because everything about this house except the second story is pretty
Yes,
pretty
true.
dark.
True.
I like it though. I've always liked the
Yeah,
house.
I've always liked this house too.
Yes, sir.
Chair, rather than replacing the windows, would you not accept applied muntins that could just go in the glass? As long as they're high profile?
Yes, we can
I would-
insert
I don't have a
grids.
problem with that.
I could definitely get like wooden grids and put that in there where
Right.
you have that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with, again, it's aesthetics. I mean, I know this is an outhouse or storage house, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have any problem with that as long as,
Excellent.
and I think it'd be, less expensive and less fuss, so.
Yes, save it from going to buy more windows.
All right, add that true too. All right, that's all I have.
Any further comments?
I know why y'all keep on saying that y'all want a color that's more, I don't necessarily agree with the white, but I'm also not 100% in disagreement with a color that matches the top if you wanted to go lighter. So, yes, Because,
Top of the house?
yeah, see the top of the house here, how you have, it looks like, it's not hardy, but you got wood at the top of the house. That's a lighter shade. It looks like a beige. I'm okay with that, personally, just not stark white. And that's just me, so I don't know what the rest of the board feels.
Pop out at you. I mean, we had a storage shed built in my backyard 3 years ago. I wanted to paint it a dark color so it couldn't be seen from the street. I got overruled by my wife. So, but yeah, something beige, something that blends, and that way, people driving by can't just see it and be tempted to go visit when you may not be there.
There we go. All right.
Mike, can you turn to page 11, please? Can you turn to page 11?
Yeah. See, that side of that house, if you looked at the front of the storage building and you saw the hardy plank coming in, to me, you got to then have the blend of the brick with the white, and we're saying white just because it looks like white on this picture, but it's a beige color, right?
Right.
For the hardy that's on the storage building, and I don't necessarily have a concern with that, but before we make a motion, I just want to make sure that I'm not the only person that thinks that.
I just thought that the color that it's painted now is a little contrasting.
Oh, it's dark white, so I'm just thinking it needs to be more of that beige that matches, because it almost looks like a yellowy beige.
It does look yellow. Is it?
Color of the material?
That's just the color material. It's just primer.
No, up on the house itself.
Oh, yes, the house up in itself, you're correct.
It looks like a yellowy.
It is.
So the yellowy brings
it's a
in
taupe-ish
some more of
color,
an earth
yes.
tone versus the stark white.
Yeah.
And
So Hillary, so you're wanting to sort of match the half timbering, the I guess space in between the wood timbering there?
Yes.
On the main
So I'm
house.
saying it either needs to match that color, which is more of a yellowy beige, or it needs to be painted a color similar to the brick. So I think it needs to be one of those two in that area, versus the stark white.
Yeah.
So
Just giving them an option of the.
yeah, so I just want to give.
Sure.
I'm just trying to give you an option for
I
that.
got no problem. And my wife didn't like the white too much.
So
We're here to help you.
I don't have a problem with that either.
All right. Can someone craft a motion?
okay, I move to approve as installed, with the exception that 6/6 muttons will be added to the windows to allow for a 6/6 configuration on the windows to meet the historic nature and design of the house, and that the wood, or hardy, I think it's hardy, that is been installed be painted with approval by Sean and the staff on the color selection, and that the color either match the color of the brick and or the top of the existing house infill on the, I don't even know what we want to call that.
Second story.
On the second story infill.
Second.
And
What?
can we clarify high profile mountains, not flat?
Yes. Yes.
Khalil, was that you that seconded? Yes. Thank you.
All in favor? Opposed? All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
James Arndt, 3362 Bron.
I'm sorry.
You actually pronounced my name correctly. Thank you for doing that. I want to thank all of y'all for meeting with me today. As y'all well know, I'm here with my wife, Cindy, and this request, as y'all well know, you have to keep the woman of the house happy, and she wants to add a carport near the side of our house. That is a picture of our house up there. It will be on the left side of the house. It's not going to be attached to the house. It's going to be just a metal, anything as she knows. I'm a tight wad with money, so it'll be the cheapest thing I can buy probably, but it'll be black and it will look good. It will look good with the house. We have cars that we park there, and it looks just like that, by the way. And unfortunately, we have hackberry trees in our yard. And I have a problem with hackberry trees because I have them on my farm. And in case y'all don't know, hackberry trees have a pest that lives on them, and it has droppings. And these droppings get all over everything. They get all over your deck, all over your house, even on your roof. We had a new roof put in recently because the backside was black. So anyway, I'm here to see if we can get that small carport. It will be no construction done on the house. It will just be probably put up in 30 minutes, I estimate, to hold 1 or 2 cars. We have the gap in that spot is about 20 feet. It's not a whole lot of room, but anyway, as y'all know, most of the houses in Cloverdale don't have carports. So anyway, we got a hackberry tree problem, and we need to do something about it because we spent a lot of time cleaning up everything. I mean, I'm talking about every 2 weeks. You got black stuff all over your cars, all over your deck, all over everything, and it kills fruit trees, as I've seen on my farm. So anyway, that's the only reason I'm asking for it. She asked me to meet with y'all today and see if I can get this approved. I understand too that we'll have to come back and get the dimensions approved. I measured it today, it was 20 feet, so I don't know how much carport I can get there. Anyway, it won't be any construction, nothing done except put up a metal structure, basically. It's very simple. So that's what we're requesting today.
All right. Is there anyone in the audience to speak to this project?
Charlie Colvin with the Cloverdale Idlewild Association. We certainly understand the need for a carport or coverage, but we don't like the idea of a metal structure like that. It's not in keeping with the streetscape. It's not in keeping with the nature of the property. We would rather see a structure built that is more in line with the historic nature of the property itself, and that would be more appropriate for the streetscape overall.
Charlie, we do have 2 similar structures on Winthrop Court. One from the former president of the Garden District built it, and they planted jasmine on theirs, and we refer to it as when the carport blooms on Winthrop Court. Everybody goes out in the evening to smell because it's so great. I think it could be done. The picture that you've got here is for one that's much bigger than what you're asking to build, correct?
Yes.
Because you've got two cars side by side. What you're talking about is one. Since we have approved a similar structure before, I would hesitate to say that we can't approve this here. But the vines did make a difference. The yellow jasmine did make a difference. They made a little lattice on the front and had it grow up, and it goes all the way across and down the other side. So, and it's a temporary building too. It's not like we're doing something that's permanent.
These temporary buildings have a way of becoming very permanent.
Well, they do, and those, the 2 on my street, one of them's been there more than 10 years. The other one's fairly new. But,
well, I obviously have to leave that up to the judgment of the...
Well, and there may be, and everybody else may hate that idea, but I was, when they put it up, I thought, I don't like that. And as it turned out, it's been a real asset to the street. So
Well.
sometimes things turn out better than you think. I wasn't in favor of it at the beginning either. Are there any comments from the audience? More? Comments from the board?
The recommendation of the staff is it be set back behind the front elevation of the house. You understand where that location is, sir?
I'm sorry, I misunderstood you.
Have the structure behind behind the front elevation of your house, set it back so it's not.
Flush in front of
Correct,
your
that's
house.
correct,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
It'll be all the way back to the fence.
Okay.
Okay. David, are hackberry trees an invasive species in this area?
Not technically, they're just very poor trees.
Nuisance, they're a nuisance.
Okay. Depending on the size, you might want to ask us permission to cut those things down. I think I've had one cut down at my house. I understand your difficulty, because I got a big pecan tree in my backyard and it loves to put sap and everything else everywhere. I do understand what you're talking about.
We've had several cut down.
Yeah.
It's just, they're in the neighbor's yard too, so we get their portion in addition to ours, so.
I understand. And I do agree with Madam Chair. I mean, on the sides, you might place lettuce, have something nice growing. It would certainly soften the impact of
Thank you.
of the sort of structure.
Yeah.
So we would look for you to come back with an actual building and some sort of landscaping amelioration for the building when you come back.
Okay.
Amelioration means dressing it up.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Okay. And drive down Winthrop Court. They're both on the north side of the street. There's one on the corner, and then one in the middle of the block is the one that blooms when the garage blooms.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
So do we need to table this until next?
Yes,
Okay.
I think we do.
So just for the record, Madam Chair, I understand the need, but and unless there's a softening that I can get behind, I'm not in favor of another structure.
All right.
Just,
I'm not in
just for the
favor of
record.
the picture that he gave us either, but I think something can be done to make it. And you might bring some pictures of the fully developed.
Well, I actually included an appraisal in my packet, but it doesn't really show, it probably doesn't show what you need.
Okay.
So anyway, the appraisal was much higher than when we bought it years ago, about 60,000 more. So
Wow.
we've really done a lot of work to the house. So
I will tell you too, from experience in a different way with another client who has installed these, that the ones as they get smaller, okay, tend to have a bigger issue with wind uplift that comes in. So I'm warning you about that so that if it does get approved by the board to be installed, that you are aware of it so that it's properly tied down.
okay,
Okay?
we can do that.
Because the smaller they get, the more they like to be picked up, especially with the winds that we tend to get sometimes in this area of Alabama. But
Well, I can tell you this, I'm sure that she'll want me to get a nice one, because she's usually good about picking out the top-notch stuff when it comes to stuff like that. So I guarantee you it'll look good. So it won't be a cheap one.
All right.
I moved to table this until next month, when the variance is included to be provided at the same time.
All right. Second. All in favor? Opposed?
We're tabling, right?
Tabling it.
Tabling it. All right, yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, 1490 South Perry Street, Garden District.
I'm not seeing Mr. Sadler here.
I'm not seeing him either.
Did he contact you that he might not be showing you?
I haven't received anything. He did submit, you all may have seen a revised site plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll move it to the next meeting agenda next month.
October 28th?
That's right.
All right, thank you.
All right. I've read and reviewed the minutes for the last meeting. Has anybody got any additions or corrections to the minutes? I didn't see any.
I like them.
Then the minutes stand approved as mailed. Thank you.
Thank you.